Guys, I want to talk about a trait. I want to talk about maybe one of the most important traits that we should possess, and that trait is humility. Humility can be both inherent, as you were pretty much born with it, and it can also be learned. Humility to me is an extremely attractive trait. It's an extremely attractive quality to have. And in my opinion, not enough people these days are humble. I've been working in management and leadership for most of my life. And I'll tell you, the bosses that I've had that have been my absolute favorite to die for bosses have been those with humility. To me, if you don't have humility, if you lack the ability to be humble, to be modest, you're not a good person. You're not a good person. I don't want to be around you. What got me thinking about this was an incident at work recently where someone I work with showcased a lack of humility, and it really pissed me off. And it really made me kind of sit back and think, like, humility is such an important characteristic to have. And I'll tell you something. As an example of my own humility, I was not very humble for quite a long time. Really, what humbled me and taught me extreme humility was my tricep tear. That humbled me. The comments I got after that injury, and as I was going through my recovery, and I couldn't lift weights for 4 or 5 months, and I lost so much size and strength, and I started to get the comments from people about, why do you bother to lift? Why do you bother to lift heavy? Look how small you're getting. Look at your arms. What happened to your arms? All this nonsense that really humbled me. And in a sense, I'm really thankful for that injury, because had I not had that in my life, I might not have been humble to the point that I feel that I'm at now. I can't even, I don't want to be around people that lack humility. Humility is it's an endearing trait, is an attractive trait. It's so much easier for me to respect somebody who has humility, who is humble, than try to respect somebody without humility. I can respect maybe their accomplishments, their achievements, but I can't respect them as a person. And like I mentioned a minute ago about, my best bosses being humble people, that is what makes a good leader great. A great leader can have deficiencies, but a great leader will always have humility. A great leader will admit mistakes, admit faults, admit that someone's way of doing something or their opinion is better than theirs. Those are characteristics of a great leader, and every great leader has humility. Every great leader gives credit 100% of the time to their teams. Even if it was their idea, even if they did most of the work, planned most of the events, it doesn't matter. A great leader will always, 100% of the time, give credit to their teams and take no credit for themselves. That is humility. I feel like there's also fake humility. Humility should be genuine. You should be able to tell when someone is being sincere in their humility. And you can tell when someone's being fake. But I guess at least they're trying. When I came back to the gym after my injury, I was so extremely humbled. It changed my outlook on so many things. I felt zero embarrassment when I went back to lift lighter weights and to do less reps and to stall faster. I was just so happy to be there and be able to do what I love doing. And I was so humbled by that injury. It truly changed me as a person. I think I needed to be humbled. I was probably a cocky son of a bitch before that. And that's the other thing about humility is I feel that it allows you to be more retrospective on your own self. To look back at your life and things you've done and be humbled by your actions. I'd love to know from you guys, have you ever worked with a boss, a direct leader who was humble? And have you ever worked with a leader who was not humble? How did you handle that? How did it make you feel? I'd love to know. Because I can tell you what, I've worked with both. I've learned a lot about the leader that I wanted to be and the leader that I did not want to be. And I'm very thankful to have been in those positions where I was surrounded by people on both ends of the spectrum to teach me what to do and what not to do. I'm also very grateful that I was blessed with enough self-awareness later in life to realize those things. That also ties back to the injury that humbled me. Guys, let me know your experiences. Let me know if you've been humbled, what your humility is like. Let me know if you feel the same way. I'd love to talk about this. Drop a comment. Let me know. I'm humbled by this channel. I've only recently been putting work into this channel with intentions of creating something great for both me and for you guys. And I'm humbled by the progress I've made in the past 2 months, the comments I've gotten, the likes I've received. I'm humbled by all of it. Because you know what? I could have gotten crickets. I could have gotten nothing. But I got something. Something's better than nothing. And I'm humbled by it. So thank you guys. Alright guys, my little Jedi Master talk is done for the day. So I hope you're having a great day. It is rainy and kind of chilly here in eastern Pennsylvania. Driving home from work. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you're at. And like I said, drop a comment. Let me know your stories around humility. Love to hear from you. All right, guys. Thanks. Take care. Talk to you soon.